guys, welcome to Keep It Spiritual with myself, Chris Meredith. First of all, if you could give us a thumbs up and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Now, in this episode, I bring you the fabulous Diana Cooper. I'm so excited to bring you this interview. And of course, we're talking all about unicorns. Now, Diana Cooper, you know, she's written over 30 books on angels, dragons, unicorns as well. And of course, so many different subjects in that spiritual arena. She's like a superstar when it comes to writing all about the angelic realms and how we can connect with them. Well, today we talk all about the unicorns, her new unicorn documentary, which is right here on YouTube, and her new unicorn book, which is called The Magic of Unicorns, and it's out now. But I'm so glad, you know, to be talking with Diana Cooper of how to connect with our unicorns. What are they? How can we harness that power as well? And more importantly, how can you bring that power into your life? So I really hope you enjoy this interview with the fabulous Diana Cooper. Lovely Diana Cooper, it's fantastic to have you on Keep It Spiritual. Thank you so much for joining me. First of all, how are you doing?
I am very well. I'm really loving the energies at the moment because there's so much we can do. You know, poor old Lady Gaia is really now trying to purify what's going on. And so I was just writing about this for my newsletter while I was waiting to come on. And so all the energy has been pouring through us for 10,000 years, you know, and it's all collected in Earth, and now it's release time. And over the years, she's released some through volcanoes and earthquakes and things. But now, you know, the big explosion in Beirut, terrible, terrible. But that's part of the anger of the people, the frustration, and clearing it out. And now, for the first time since Atlantis, enough people have got their 12 chakras open that they can bring in high frequency energy and go for conscious walks, bringing the energy through them. And we can massively shift this by transmuting it with that light. So it's a huge time of opportunity. And no instant is wasted when we can't do something.
It really isn't. And that energy. And one thing as well, you know, a lot of people for many years have just talked about the 7 chakras. And now it's all about the 12 chakras, which is, you know, people haven't even really noticed there's 12.
Oh, yes. I think I've been talking about them for about 20 years. But I think now, you know, there's been this great burst of shift. The unicorns have come in great waves over the last couple of years, which is why we see them manifesting in cups and t-shirts and everything else. And the reason for this was brought home to me very clearly one day, because if you think about a unicorn, then it can touch you. And if you're not connected in any way, then it's difficult. But one day I saw a child drop a toy from her pram. And her mum picked it up and gave it to her and said, "Here's your unicorn." As she did so, there was a flash of light came to them. And I thought, wow, that's the unicorn coming to them, because she's thought about it. She said the word unicorn, obviously thought unicorn, and it gave the unicorn entry to touch them. I mean, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. I mean, obviously, Diana, a lot of people around the world know you, you know, for the angels. But one thing for me that struck a chord, I've followed your work for many years, but the unicorn energy for me is something so special, so beautiful, and something I'm personally ready for. And so many people out there will be as well. So why is this unicorn energy, you know, so special?
The unicorns are known as the purest of the pure. And that's because they carry the most high frequency Christ light that is possible. And of course, Christ light is source love. And so this is what they are carrying, this total essence of love and purity, and exactly what we're ready for now. Of course, in Atlantis, in the golden era, everyone was connected to their unicorn, who constantly blessed them and lit them up, which enabled them to do what they did. And then at the end of Atlantis, the frequency went down, the unicorns had to withdraw because they couldn't bring their energy down to touch them. And when I wrote my first unicorn book 10 years ago, The Wonder of Unicorns, and they came to me then, they said that they were looking for people with a light on over their head to say that they were in service. And of course, there weren't so many of them. Now, the frequency of the planet has risen so incredibly that the unicorns can touch almost anyone of good intent. And so this is magical. That's why they came back and said, would I write the magic of unicorns to take people to another level of connecting with the unicorns? And it truly is amazing, the difference.
It really, really is. And, you're talking about your new book there. You've got it there. Let's have a look, Diana.
Thank you. You're my best friend. The Magic of Unicorns. Just looking at it and seeing the vibration of that unicorn on the cover, because the artist is very much into unicorns too, just seeing that energy enables people to be touched by a unicorn. Oh, I've gone shivery. It's like, wow, it actually enables it to happen, which is one reason it's so powerful. And since the book came out, it's not been out very long, and you haven't even got your copy yet, but since it came out, I've had, a deluge of people telling me that they've started reading it and a unicorn's come to them in their dreams. They've been touched by a unicorn. They're being given messages from unicorns. It is really enabling people to connect. And as you know, the unicorns asked me to create the pilot for a documentary, and the intention of getting their energy out there to the world so that more people could connect with them and understand about them. So I contacted a company that made documentaries, and the pilot is out now on my YouTube channel. So we're asking everyone to like it so that the unicorns can come more into the planet. And the same things happened. Just even watching one of the teasers from the pilot, I had an email from somebody to say she'd never known anything about unicorns before, but after she watched it, she dreamt a unicorn came to her in a dream that night. And if you dream about a unicorn, it is touching you at a soul level and your life changes. They light something up within you. They open something on your pathway. And it's absolutely amazing. So I'm asking people to watch the documentary on my YouTube channel and like it and comment and open yourself up to letting the unicorns touch you and come through to you. They heal. They take you above the frequency of a challenge, which I think is an amazing way to work. There you are, you've got this challenge, you haven't been able to deal with it, it's been hanging around in your life like a black cloud, and then you connect with the unicorns and they take your frequency up to here, and there's this challenge, can't find you anymore. I mean, it's just so wonderful, isn't it? Really, the challenge simply disappears because it's not there for you.
For me, the documentary, from watching it, having a documentary out there now like this, the way that it's been made, the way that you've hosted it, and you've brought, experts, you've got the scientific background there as well. There's so many elements that you've brought together.
Oh, thank you. You've seen it.
Yeah, no, I've watched it. I've watched it probably about 50 times. I've watched it a lot.
Oh, thank you.
But just, watching it, it's so needed, that documentary right now. And for me, I'm so glad you've done it, because it will touch people that, maybe wouldn't have been exposed to a documentary like that. So, you're speaking to people all around the world. And of course, you're bringing the unicorn energy to them, which is just, it must feel amazing.
Yeah. Well, people are just blown over about the healing. One of the teachers of the Diana Cooper School, she came over, she's a doctor, and she gave up being a medical doctor to do spiritual work. And so she did a little visualization with this person. It was only 5 minutes. And we took her aura photograph beforehand, which she'd been worrying and worrying, thinking, and it was all yellow. And afterwards, oh, what a change. Did you have a surprise when you saw that?
But the colours, I mean, they remind me of your scarf that you're wearing now. The colours was beautiful pink and that white as well, but that unicorn energy is
I know, you can see it. I know, you could literally see it. And by the way, even on the screen, you've got a unicorn right by you, working with you and through you right now.
Oh, Diana, thank you.
I had to tell you.
I mean, a lot, but it is. But for me, it's all, it's all about that light, which for me, I've always wanted to work with, always wanted to be involved with. And there's no way I can ever think, and you're probably the same, you're helping people discover the light, which is, a beautiful way to spend your life through the angels.
I keep thinking, how could I have been so lucky?
It's so beautiful, but because you do have that strong connection with the angelic realm, with the unicorns as well. So I mean, could you describe that connection for us, Diana?
Oh, it's a bit of a difficult thing to do that, but what I will describe is how I came to it, because I think you've probably heard the story. I was at rock bottom, getting divorced. I mean, this is nearly 40 years ago. I had no spiritual background whatsoever. I came from a scientific background. All my family were accountants and solicitors and scientists and things, and they thought anything that you couldn't see or touch was completely nutty. And I was just at rock bottom. I sat in a chair and I said, well, God, if there is anything out there, show me. And an angel came in, and that changed my life, because the angel took me on a journey, told me I was to be a spiritual teacher, which is a little bit of a shock for somebody from that background. I had no idea what any of it meant. But as soon as that happened, I started to meet different sorts of people, because obviously it shifted my energy. And then I started to work with them. And then they came back 10 years later and asked me to tell people about them. Again, I didn't want to do it. What? I said, people will think I'm crazy. And they said, well, who's doing your work? Is it your ego or your higher self? And that's something I've never forgotten, because from that time, my connection with the angels has been very strong. They have supported me every inch of the way. Doesn't mean I haven't had my challenges, my frustrations, everything else, but I always knew the angels were with me and helping me. I mean, just in big ways and in little ways. I don't know why this story's come into my head, but I was in hospital. I was really, really ill, and they were bringing me a blood transfusion, and it arrived at midnight. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be exhausted. I've got to sit up blessing this blood and giving thanks for the next couple of hours in the middle of the night. And Archangel Gabriel came in with a great wings outstretched, sat by my bed and said, I will bless the blood for you. And when I woke in the morning, he was still there. And I thought, what more could anybody ask for?
Beautiful, beautiful. Blessed blood as well. Absolutely.
I know. But I think the connection is just absolutely knowing. I don't see angels everywhere. I'm not particularly psychic like that. It would be very nice. I get lots of people writing to me about the wonderful things that they've seen. But I just absolutely know and trust that they are. And I think faith is a very amazing quality to have.
It really
saves a whole lot of hassle. I just know that they're there.
And and that's, and that trust as well. So would you say that trust is important when working, with the unicorns and the angels for people?
I think it's really, really helpful, because, I can say, if something's not going right, I can say, okay, I let this go. Bring me whatever's for the highest good. And then I totally know that even though it's something I wasn't even expecting or wanted, that has come in for the highest good. And you know what? It always turns out to be. Their judgment's a lot better than mine.
Always good to know you've got them on your side.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. And so just, I say, if you're thinking about an angel, then an angel can come to you. If you're thinking about a unicorn, a dragon, whichever part of the angelic realms you're thinking of, just think and it will be with you. And if you trust that, then anything can happen.
Magic can happen. Magic can show up.
Magic can and does happen all the time.
It definitely does. It definitely does. So if there is anyone out there now, Diana, that is thinking, well, I've worked with angels, I really want to start bringing the unicorns, into my life. I mean, how can people start to connect with their unicorn?
Just what I've just said. Think about them. That's the first thing. Only just think about them, talk about them, meditate about them, and you know what? They are there for you. And of course, you've got to do your part. It's no use being grisly and miserable and grumpy and nasty and expect them to connect to you, because that's not how it works. Your part is to get your light as clear as possible. And of course, if your light is pure enough, then it's easy for them to come in and touch you. So make new choices about thoughts, about actions. Let go of your ego. That's what it basically is. And let the higher energies flow in.
Oh, it's magical. It really, really is. And it's just, to have unicorns and angels in this time, everything that we've gone through, we've all gone through a dark time. Some of us are still going through it. But to have this light there now, it's like divine timing, isn't it?
I think that the lockdowns everywhere have given people an opportunity to reassess their lives. They've given them time to reconnect with their children, to spend time at peace on their own. I don't know, a lot of people talk about it, and I felt it when lockdown started in this country. There was this incredible feeling of peace everywhere. Now, there was a period when there was tangible fear in the air, but once that had subsided, there was this feeling of peace. And people who are not in this world, don't understand about unicorns and angels, they were talking about it and saying how peaceful they felt, how harmonious. And it was partly to do with there wasn't the busyness, there weren't the cars on the roads. It enabled us all to have time to center. I think there were many, many gifts that this virus has brought with it for us.
It really has. I mean, I completely agree with you there, Diana, because it's give us time to pause and really listen to that inner voice. And, when we're so busy, we just ignore it, carry on, get stressed, worked up and burn out. But now we've been forced to have that time. I really, really hope, with yourself coming through with the unicorns, a lot more people are going to be drawn to the energies because they've had time to realize they've got that connection.
Absolutely. I'm sure, absolutely sure that there's been a higher purpose for all of this. It's all part of the letting go of the old paradigm and coming into the new, which, as we know, starts in 2032. And we are the midwives for the new golden age. And all these great beings of light have come in to help us give birth to the new golden age. We are, it's a very, very important job to be a midwife, to bring in new birth. And every single person that's watching this is part of that and has got a responsibility to the planet.
They really have. And a lot of people talk about, the golden age. And of course, that's where we're going. Could you explain a little bit more about it, Diana, if that's okay?
Oh, yeah. A golden age is a time when all auras become golden. The earth itself radiates the golden light. The people radiate golden energy. So do animals, trees, everything, because the frequency has moved into a golden frequency, if you like it. Now, Atlantis lasted for 260,000 years, a cosmic era. And of that time, 1,500 years was the golden age. So it was a very short time, but it's a legendary time because the energy was so extraordinary. The people were happy and contented. everyone was welcome, everyone did what they loved to do most, and of course, there was the incredible crystal technology. And so they could do amazing things without harming the planet. Well, the problem is we're remembering all that. We're trying to bring back things like the internet, etc., but we're doing it with wavelengths that are harmful to the bees, to the dolphins, to people. And the next step is to move into a more spiritual energy where we can bring in the frequencies that are waiting, that will do the same job but without doing any harm. But we've just all got to raise our frequency to be ready. And I mean, they're saying that 2 million people are waking up this year. And, that's a lot of people. And that spreads, people spread it to their families. There are lots and lots of portals and circles in the land, stone circles that are holding light, that are waking up at the moment. So there is literally magic happening everywhere.
And somewhere, Diana, where magic happens is the Diana Cooper School of White Light. So all these people are waking up. They could go there, couldn't they, Diana? So, I really want to know, what is the Diana School of White Light?
Well, I must have started it about 20 years ago and I wanted it to be something that wasn't anything to do with money. So I started it as a not-for-profit organization, and I just, in innocence and ignorance, just put out to train people. And I wrote the courses, trained a whole lot of people. And then after a few years, I thought, no, this is brilliant, but it's not going out fast enough. So I handed it over to the school. So now I'm just the founder, and loads of highly talented people have come in to take on the roles of bringing out more courses and doing that, so you can train in teaching dragons, Lemurian healing, Atlantis, angels, unicorns, the ascension. There are lots and lots of different courses, and you can train all around the world. So yeah, you can get to it through my website or putting in the Diana Cooper School of White Light and find out about the courses.
Love that. Love it. Somewhere for people to go if they do want to learn, Diana, as well. And of course, last question for yourself, Diana. What do you love most about working with the light?
I guess it's the feeling that I'm doing the right thing, I'm in the right place, that even if I'm just sitting here, I can send those unicorn blessings or angel blessings out, and it's making a difference. Every moment can be useful.
It really can, Diana. And I've got to say thank you so much, for the interview, for yourself, the beautiful unicorn behind you as well. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you today. Thank you so much, Diana.
Thank you, Chris.
There we are. There was the fabulous Diana Cooper right there, talking all about unicorns. And of course, if you want to purchase her brand new book, The Magic of Unicorns, it is in the description below. And make sure you go and watch her new unicorn documentary, which is right here on YouTube. I'll make sure I put everything in the description below so you can watch and purchase to your own pleasure. And remember to give us a massive thumbs up and hit that subscribe button as well, because you keep me doing what I'm doing. So I really hope you enjoyed this video with the beautiful Diana Cooper, and of course I will see you in the next video. Until next time, keep it spiritual, and I've been Chris Meredith. See you later.